And we are live. I'm just going to wait a few minutes so everyone can join. If you're here, let me know. And let me know if you can see and hear me. We got to get. I was smudging. Hey, Judy. I'm glad you made it. So tonight I'm going to burn some mugwort because we all need crazy dreams. So, hello, beautiful souls. Let's smudge. Welcome to the full moon in Leo. So, I'm assuming, Judy, you can hear me, right? You can see me, you can hear me. We're all good here. Leo is my moon sign. And I don't know about you guys, but I had such a hard time sleeping last night. Hey, Shelly. Full moon blessings. Here's some mugwort. Hey, Bernadette, you made it. So I had such a hard time sleeping last night. Every 2 hours I was getting up. It was so annoying. But, Leo is my moon sign. So tonight, and it is so beautiful, the full moon here. It's been raining all day, as you can see with the frizz. Oh, really, Judy? Leo's your moon sign? What was I talking about? Oh, it's been raining all day. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to see the moon. And then I went outside and it was so beautiful. You know, when the moon has like those little thin clouds, like, oh, you were up. Yeah, every 2 hours I got up. I got up at 2, 4, 6. It was horrible, horrible. And it's not like, I took a little nap today because I really was tired, but I don't feel as tired as I should for someone who did not really sleep. And I notice when the moons, whether it's new or full, are in any of my signs, whether it's sun, rising, or moon, it affects my sleep. It's, Shelly, it's absolutely beautiful here, the moon. I love it. So tonight is the full moon in Leo, and Leo is the lion. And this is how I resonate with Leo. I'm not saying like this is written in stone. For me, the Leo reminds me of the solar plexus. It's your power. It's your courage, your confidence. Like if you corner a lion, it will come out and defend itself and stand its ground and show you its power. So this is the energy that I feel that we're in. This whole year is, I've already said, it's going to be lots of changes, very transformative. Things are going to move very fast when it comes to changes. It's not good or bad. It's go with the flow, let's put it that way, which brings to tonight's meditation. I will be doing Reiki meditation, and it's going to be both clearing out and receiving energy. So we're going to get the full effect of the full moon with the meditation later on. So this moon is kind of building up our confidence and our courage to make the choices that we need to make, to move in the direction that we need to move in. If there's any area of your life where you feel stuck or stagnant, or you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this or that, the energy of this moon is going to bring opportunities. It's going to bring you that confidence and that courage to take that leap of faith, even if you don't know the how. So it's a very powerful, I'm going to say like 4 weeks from now till the new moon, which would be 2 weeks, but till the next full moon, like the full cycle, is going to be very, very powerful. That's how I feel. I was just outside right before I do the circles. I go outside and I talk to the moon. I like look up in the sky and I start talking to the moon and I ask for guidance, and I literally just sit there and have conversation. There's something very magical about tonight's moon, very like powerful. Once again, I don't know if that's just how I'm responding to it or if you guys are feeling the same way, but it's almost like we have like a sense of hope, like where the past few years have been like, and now it's kind of changing. Like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You could see the direction things are going in. Like, for example, a lot of absolutely beautiful Bernadette. Yes, that's what I was saying. After the crappy weather was rainy and then the moon came out. It's just so magical. It does have this. If you have a chance to go outside, even if you don't, even if you sit by a window, if you can't go outside, hey, Tatty. See, I haven't said your name in a while. Even if you could just like look out the window, even if you don't see it, the energy of the moon is there. Even if you just close your eyes and imagine the moon's above your head, just harness that energy, because there's something very powerful about this moon. And this is the moon that we're going to need to move us into these shifts that we will be, I want to say guided, but the guidance, we're beyond guidance now. It's going to push us. So there's going to be a lot of swift changes and shifts that are going to take place. And of course, being human as we are, we overthink shit. We think like the timing is off, or it's, you don't know enough, or you can't possibly do this right now because other things need to be in place before you do. And that's not true. We know deep down inside that's not true. We're just scared to do it. So this is going to give us that like spark of not just hope, but confidence, courage. And that's how I feel about this full moon. So I want to thank everyone who sends me donations and gifts, and most of all, my patrons on Patreon for always being there to support me. I love you all. I'm going to be doing a self-love discovery workshop on Valentine's Day. So VD, we're going to be doing a self-love and discovery workshop. And there is a little workbook that goes with it. So if you're interested, the link is in the description to join us on Patreon. And I was thinking like VD, that like, it also means venereal disease. So in Valentine's Day, like, I wonder if that was planned. These are silly things that I think about. So not to get VD on VD, come join us on Patreon. I know sometimes I have to have my sick thoughts. So I'm trying to ground myself again, because this full moon's really got me like fired up. I want to make sure that I communicated all the information on this moon. Most of all, I'm getting the feeling like, don't be scared. Face the fear and just do it. And I've been hearing this for the past week. So that means there are big shifts that will be taking place. So if you're afraid to do something, if it's judgment, if it's failure, whatever it is, just own it. Be like, okay, yeah, I might screw up. I mean, we all do. But I need to do this. I really feel I have to do this. I need to do this. And just keep that in the back of your mind. You need to do it. And just keep moving forward with it. And before you know it, you've kind of just shifted. It didn't have to be drastic or traumatic. I think the biggest part of any shift, any awakening, however you want to word it, okay, anything that overwhelms us that we're not prepared for, is kind of just surrendering to it, because we know we can't control it. We like to think we can, but we can't. So just move through these shifts. There are going to be those moments where it's going to overwhelm you and you feel like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. What the fuck? It's okay. Because when something falls apart, there's a lot of death happening. And I don't mean actual people dying. I mean death of old self, death of ego, death of old contracts, death of patterns, beliefs. There's a lot of death. And it's scary when we lose something that we believed was true. Like, look at what's happening in the world. There is a lot of realization going on right now that some people can't handle. I am seeing more and more people aware. And I think it was the illusion. A lot of us thought like, oh my God, when are people going to wake up? How did they not know? And I started realizing the beginning of last week, it's 10% of 10% that pretends to be 100%. So 10% of the population, right? Out of that 10%, only 10% are actual humans and not some kind of AI or bot. So that 10% of the 10% is pretending to be 100%, is making us believe that there are much more people out there that are believing bullshit, that are not standing up for themselves. And I have to say, maybe it's just the people that are around me or that I communicate with or that cross my path, but I have not met anyone who agrees with any of that. So I'm starting to believe there are way more people awake and onto it, and a lot more people that are willing and ready to stand together and make the changes that need to take place, because some drastic shit will be going down this year, especially within the next few months. And if you notice, there's more and more distractions in front of us. There's more and more distractions in front of us. Just keep your focus on your goal. Keep your focus on your dream. Keep your focus on what's in your heart. And just don't even, I don't want to say don't acknowledge it, because if it's bothering you and it's affecting you, then yes, it needs to be addressed. And like I've said the last circle, if you have the ability to make changes, then change. If it's out of your hands, then you have to let it go and surrender to it. Don't ignore what needs your attention, what action you can take, no matter how small it is. Standing up for yourself is standing up for others. And that creates this domino effect. And I'm seeing more and more of that, especially in the past week. So I had a mindset shift in how I was seeing everything. I'm laughing at Bernadette's telling her kids about, see, I'm not the only one with those crazy thoughts. Okay, see, and this is why we're a community. We all think the same. So if you are new to the circle, I want to welcome you. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick the deck that you're drawn to, and that is the message you need to hear. All 3 decks are going to resonate with one another because it's a collective reading. This is not one-on-one. So when it's collective, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. That doesn't mean just because you're not aware of something in the moment doesn't mean it may not be true to you later on. But just go with it. Just go with it. My intention when I do these circles is to help create some kind of activation within you, some kind of mindset shift, something that's going to help you move into the best version of yourself. That's my intention. So however it needs to do, we have to trust something bigger is at play here. So the theme of tonight's deck is energy and psychic protection. And when these 2 cards fell out, I was like, I know I said the last circle, we had a lot of very powerful Schumann resonance spikes, and it was going to continue. Like that's not settling down. We do get a break in between the spikes so we can integrate those light codes, those energy spikes into our DNA, into our physical body, but they are going to continue to get stronger and stronger. So you will feel them physically, like the loss of sleep, the headaches, stomach issues. Like there's so many things because everyone experiences it different. But if you're not feeling well, like for a couple of hours and then all of a sudden you feel better, that's probably some kind of purge taking place as you integrate these energies. This psychic protection. Also during the meditation, we will be doing a protection barrier. And I think that it's important because there are, however you want to view or name them or call them, there are lower vibrating beings that are around us that do not want others to evolve and others to vibrate at a higher frequency. Like, for instance, you know the saying, misery loves company? It does, because if someone's miserable, they're going to force to bring your energy down, your frequency down, so you can be miserable with them or in a bad mood with them. So right now, there are some that are very comfortable in a lower frequency, and they may be envious of those who shine, who vibrate at a higher frequency, because you're a beacon of light. And remember, Leo is the look at me, it's your time to shine. So I'm taking the psychic protection as don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to be the brightest star. Know that you're always protected because this is your job. This is the reason why you came here, was to elevate others to a higher frequency, not bring them down. So protecting yourself is very important, especially if you're sensitive, if you're a healer, light worker, starseed. Certain people that are vibrating at a higher frequency will be, or they will attempt to psychically attack, and it's usually through your dreams. So if you're having some kind of nightmare or disturbing dreams, if you're having a hard time analyzing them, you can always get in contact with me and I can help you, explore what your dream means. But it doesn't necessarily always mean that you're being attacked. You kind of begin to know the difference. As you get into dreams more, you will know the difference. What is a psychic attack and what is your subconscious making you aware of something that you need to clear out. But if it's very disturbing to you, most likely it's a psychic attack. And this can happen in many different ways. I just spoke to someone that was talking about when they did tarot cards, they feel like they invited spirits into their space, which is possible. But just because the spirit is trying to get your attention, and they will do anything to get your attention. They will poke you. They will move things if they can. They will talk to you. You will feel them. They just want your attention. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. But there are bad spirits. There are not so nice, not necessarily demonic, but kind of shitty. And you need to protect yourself, especially if you are doing a lot of shadow work and you're clearing out and it's very simple. All you do is imagine whether it's white, violet, whatever color resonates with you, in your heart, and just expand it. And then I like using the Wizard of Oz when she puts Dorothy in the bubble. That's how I imagine it, that I'm in this bubble of rainbow light and I am protected and grounded. I will be changing up my channel a little bit because now I will be able to. So probably not this week, But next week, I am going to do shorter meditations, like maybe 5-10 minutes on my channel here. And Patreon, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I have planned that I'm able to do now, or will be able to do. So one of my main goals is to do more protection type meditations. I'm just going to read the messages. Tati, you've been waking up weird hours for a couple of days. Okay, so Tati, I'm saying it right. See, I haven't said your name in a while. That's a good thing. That's not owls is wisdom. It could be that your ancestors are communicating with you, that you became aware of your wisdom, or that your mindset is changing and you're going to really connect to your inner wisdom. But the weird hours of people waking up, it could be, for me right now, it's the moon. 2 weeks ago, it was the spikes, the solar flashes. So there's just a lot of energy going on that will interrupt your sleep pattern. And we will adjust to the energy, and it will not be as intense as it is. You know, we're going from a lower frequency to a much higher frequency. So it's going to be uncomfortable as we learn to adapt. And then eventually it will be easier. Oh, really, Shelly? You're still in the crystal cave? That crystal cave, that's the place that I go to. When I do a meditation and I connect to my galactical family, I'm always in a crystal cave. Don't know where we are, but it's always a crystal cave. So that was a long description for the psychic protection. Now I'm going to show you your 3 cards. So if you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 1. If you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 2. And I'm sorry I can't reverse. I could do it on the computer, but it doesn't do it on the screen. I don't know why. If you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 3. I forgot to write choose my deck. So let's see. We're going to do 22. We're going to see. Okay. I got to remember so I can timestamp them. Let me know if you chose your deck. I'm going to show them again. This is deck number 1. This is deck number 2. And this is deck number 3. Demi, any tips on how to get clarity during this time? The one thing that I learned when it comes to clarity, and people think once you connect to your intuition, like you're going to get clarity. That's not the case. It's more about trusting. Most likely you already have the clarity. What's happening is that, what's happening is your conscious mind is trying to analyze what you're feeling, what your intuition is making you feel, or the inspiration that's coming through your higher self. So it takes a little practice. So let's say, for instance, you get inspired to do something. As soon as you catch your mind overthinking the how to do it, stop and just ask your higher self, okay, what do I need to know? This is why automatic writing is so important when you're in that phase. Basically, you need to find a way to clear out your conscious thinking, your pattern of thinking, and controlling those thoughts. So do you meditate? Meditating is really good, however you choose to meditate, because that will open your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, to receiving the guidance that you need, the clarity that you need. So taking breaks, being more mindful is very, very important. But what I would definitely suggest is do an automatic writing, or just sit down and write random thoughts that come to your mind. Let's say you need clarity on a specific thing. Ask the question, close your eyes, take a deep breath, like ground yourself, quiet yourself. And whatever comes to mind, write it. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Just write. Just keep writing. And when you're done writing, then you can go back and read it, and you will naturally connect what's your intuition, the guidance. You will get clarity from it. You will be able to connect it, and you will start to understand how your conscious mind tries to get the best of you. That's the best advice that I think that would help anyone who feels like they're in chaos, because that helped me a gazillion %. So try it and let me know if that works. Sunrise. I haven't seen the name Sunrise Confessions in so long. And when I was on Instagram, I was thinking about it. I was like, look how far you've come. So proud of you. Okay, so everyone has picked their deck. Okay. I know you can see like my mind is kind of all over the place today, but that's okay. We're allowed. If you chose this card, you are deck number 1. So the number 44 on this card stood out to me from the minute I pulled it. So either 44 is a number that you're going to see, especially butterfly, because I feel like some people pick this because of the butterfly. Maybe, oh, you're very welcome. Maybe you keep seeing butterflies. This butterfly would be the validation to that. And of course, butterflies are transformation, changes, and this is the new beginning card. So the saying on the card is, let this magic in my spell clear this space in which I dwell. Which I like that. Also, I feel like something with water for some people. Oh, do you really? Is that the deck you picked? Oh, you did? There you go. So the number 4. And 4 is foundation. 4 is stability. So whether you feel it or not, you're actually very stable in your beliefs, in your spirituality, in where you are. Maybe your physical world didn't catch up to that stability yet, but your foundation is stable and secure. And Shelly too with the number 4. That's awesome. Okay, so let's start with the chakras. You have the solar plexus, third eye, and crown. And Demi, it's so funny that you asked what you said about the clarity. Oh, that's cool, Shelly. So this may be very helpful to you. This is the inner child, and this is the power chakra. Your solar plexus is the power chakra. So remember, Leo is kind of amplifying the energy in that chakra. But this card is telling you to have more fun. And I think the last circle, it was the same feeling. So someone who picked a deck where the inner child came out, that said to have more fun. If you've been having more fun, stay on it. Keep having fun. If you haven't, the universe is yelling at you now to, for the love of God, have fun. Having that sense of that wonder, like instead of being scared of making a choice, instead of feeling like I need clarity because I need the answer. Clarity is not really the answer. Clarity is the direction. And just because you don't know the outcome of a specific direction doesn't mean you don't have clarity. You just don't know yet because you have yet to explore it. So don't be afraid to explore that path of unknown, but have fun while you do it. Don't take everything so seriously. If you screw up, all right. Remember when you were younger, you played a game, you screwed up, you said, all right, do over, and you'd start all over again, right? It wasn't a big deal. Somewhere along the line, we stopped believing that was possible. And This is a do-over, or you're allowed to do it over. It's not a big deal if you have to do it over. The third eye chakra. So you have a lot of information. You're very intuitive. And definitely because of these three cards, you are having massive dreams. There's also a lot of daydreaming taking place, like kind of zoning out. Almost like you get lost in your imagination. But that's a good thing because that's what you're manifesting. Now it's time to take the action to bring that inspiration, that idea into the physical world. And the only way you're going to do that is action. I really feel like I just did this with the other circle. That's so crazy. I don't remember what I say during the readings, but it feels familiar. I feel like I said this already. Either that or we're having a deja vu. So, yes, visions, Tati. Definitely visions. However, you see these two cards? It's your gift and your curse at play because your third eye chakra is so open. You might be experiencing headaches, dizziness. I feel like pressure on the left side of my head here. That's just really the energy. You have a shit ton of energy in that area. But your mind is overthinking. And at the same time, your intuition is on fire. And this might be why some of you may feel like you don't have clarity, because it feels like a lot of chaos is going on in your mind. So because you have these three cards, it makes me feel that you have a lot of energy here, right? It's overwhelming. There's a lot, which could be why if you're having broken sleep, or the crazy dreams are just going to happen, but maybe you're dreaming a lot more than you normally dream, or you're zoning out when you really shouldn't be zoning out. If you're doing something like that, this is really about clearing out that energy through grounding, which comes back to this card. Have fun. Dance. Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the solar plexus area right now when you have too much. And normally that's the story of my life. I'm too much here, too much in like fantasy, and not enough grounded, not enough of, I don't want to say practical, bringing it down, like taking the action. Because some people like me get addicted to meditation because it's so easy to change your vision in your minds than it is in the physical world, that it's easy to get addicted to that because it's an easier process. But I'm learning it's the same process here. It's just that we're incorporating the physical world. So in order for you to incorporate the physical world is to have fun and that sense of wonder, and take the action because it's exciting, not because it's scary and you don't know where this unknown road is going to take you, but because it's fun. It's exciting. Like, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to grow from this. I know that's not easy to do. However, that is the process on this planet. And I think we all need to get with the program, because it's not going to change anytime soon. I don't know, her leaping, it just makes me feel like someone who likes to run in a meadow or a park or in the grass, and just when kids just run and they open their arms and they spin around. Maybe you loved doing this as a kid. Just do it again. But don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid of someone's going to say something, who's going to see me. Just do it. And you're going to see whatever that fear is that is coming from the overthinking really doesn't exist. You can turn this fear into excitement, because it wouldn't exist. One cannot exist without the other. So it's really where we're focusing our energy and our attention. And if you focus your energy and attention on, oh my God, like, I don't know, then you're going to get more of that feeling of not knowing. Trust your intuition. Trust that inner guidance. Trust your gut. Even if you don't know the outcome, you don't know the how to it. We, especially now, we have to trust that, because this shift is going to take place whether you're ready for it or not. So you might as well go with the flow of it rather than resist it. And there you go. See, I miss walking barefoot in the grass. I'm in South Florida and I will get attacked by fire ants. So I'm afraid of the grass here in Florida. But I do miss that. I'll try it for a little bit, but like literally my toe, but that's pretty much it. I'd rather be with the trees, like hug a tree or talk to the trees. But the grounding of barefoot is out for me, unless I go to a state where there's no fire ants. But that's not the only way to ground yourself. Grounding yourself is also doing practical acts, writing down goals. Okay, what actions? It doesn't have to be a big ass list. Pick one or two things that you can do that will change up your routine. That the fear will have something else to focus on because you're changing your routine rather than the fear of this unknown path. And just write a couple of things. And yeah, that's right. It's cold everywhere else. I was going to say go to the river now, but no. Write a couple of things that you can take action. And it can be something simple as reading 10 pages of a specific book that you heard about or you're drawn to, or maybe sending an email. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. So if you're stuck and you're overwhelming yourself with all the things that need to take place first, take little steps. Either it's going to work or it's not. If it doesn't work, that means that's not the way. There's something better. There's something easier. You're just not aware of it yet. And in the right time, you will be aware of it. So, which explains the conflict and defeat. So you're being broken down. You may be getting tired of not knowing. That's the only thing I can feel is like just being tired of not knowing. Trying to figure it out and you still don't know. That's the feeling that I got. You have solitude, crown chakra. Again, passion ignited, shadow, patience, and memories of love. So we're going to start with this one, because this one, I feel like that there may be an ex. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic ex. It could be like someone you were very close to, someone you were very fond of, someone that you had a close relationship with. And you are no longer in that kind of relationship anymore. Maybe you don't even speak to each other. They're going to come back into your life. And the purpose of this reuniting, we will call it, is they are going to reflect those fears that are keeping you focused, like, oh my God, on the unknown. Those shadows are within this person. This person's going to reflect those shadows, those fears. So you can, and I'm talking about like the very core of where everything's coming from. I'm not talking about like superficial fears. I'm talking about deep-seated fears. They're going to reflect back to you exactly what these are. So there may be some shadow work that may need to take place during this time. I feel like within the next couple of months, It's not that it's going to be bad. I don't want anyone thinking like, oh my God, my shadow's here. Like, okay, you're not a groundhog. Okay, it's okay to witness your shadows, because in your shadows, it's not just like fear. In your shadow is also the uniqueness of who you are, your gifts, your skills, your talents that you've suppressed because you're afraid to show the world. Maybe you're afraid of being judged for them. That's also there. And that might be the very key that you need to embark this journey. Maybe that's why everything seems unknown, because you forgot what you hid in this area. Excuse your French. What the hell did you say? Or are we supposed to use our imagination? The patience. I know this card annoys me, but I don't feel like you need more patience. I feel like you've grown to having more patience. The past, I want to say 4 years, those experiences have taught you patience. So if you look back 4 years ago, your level of patience has definitely changed. So it's not that you're being impatient. It's just that you're missing a little key to everything because it exists within your shadow. That's what I feel like this is all about, especially with this person coming into your life. Oh, I didn't even see your wonderful French word. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you will know right away who this is, because it's someone that still in some way is attached to you emotionally, or you're attached to them. There's still an attachment to this person. You know who this person is. And if you don't, you will become aware of it and be like, oh shit, yeah, see, I knew it was that one. So just know where it's coming from and choose wisely. Make your choices based on who you are today, not who you were back then. Okay? Passion ignited, and then you have solitude. So you've been spending a lot of time, I almost want to say secluded, like, not that you're disconnected from the world, but kind of like with yourself, kind of figuring out your own shit, which makes sense because a lot of people are in that energy right now. But it's time to put yourself out there because you have passion ignited. And then you have the crown chakra, which is your inspiration. It's your ideas. It's time to put that out into the world. So you've isolated long enough. You've done everything you need to do. Now you need to gather the courage and move forward. So you have the puffin. It's a puffin with partnership. Too many P's. Puffin partnership. And they're so cute. They look like their beaks are crooked. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So the other card that stood out to me at first when I was grabbing this one was you are good enough. So this is definitely, how can I put this into words? Like you acknowledging your self-worth. You acknowledging like, you know what? I am fucking awesome. I have things, or I can do these things that no one else can do. And it comes so easy to me. Like, and then you'll go into that thought of how awesome you are. Now, that's not being vain at all. That's acknowledging these parts of you that society told you, like, take it down a notch, or, stop being vain, or stop bragging. That's not bragging when you think to yourself, like, I'm good at this. Because someone who brags to other people like, oh, I'm the best, they have no confidence in themselves. They have to convince you that they do. But deep down inside, they don't. So when you feel that deep down inside, that you are good enough just the way you are, that you are gifted in what you do, you are an asset to everyone that you're in their life, that, you know what I mean, you're in their life, everyone you encounter. That's not being vain. That's being true to yourself. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and brag to other people, oh, I am fucking awesome and I know it. Because when you feel that way inside, you don't feel the need to convince people. You don't give a shit if they see it or not. You know, and that's all that counts. So that's where the big difference is. Happy full moon, Haley. Aw, thank you. So the next one is believe in the impossible. And this is the blue moon. Even though I don't know when the blue moon is. I think it's like in the middle of the year. It's not tonight. That's all we know. So believe in the impossible is you being afraid of the unknown. Is you, just because you don't know the how will come. Who knows how, but the how will come. The how is not your job. And that's where believe in the impossible comes in. You will have a series of events that are going to take place very quickly. That's going to lead you to this outcome. But it's up to you to take that leap of faith. You have to face whatever fear or whatever shadows are standing in your way. Just address them head on and continue moving forward. And you're going to see how fast things will unfold little by little. And it's going to give you more and more confidence. But that initial confidence, you can't wait for it to come to you. You have to go after it. You have to take that step. Find that confidence within yourself. You have 3 signs that are standing out in your deck: Virgo, Aries, and Gemini. So you have earth, fire, and air. So what's interesting is you have 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. I feel within the next 6 to 8 months, you're going to be in a very different place. And you're going to have this moment, let's say 7 months from now, right? 8 months from now. You're going to have this moment and you're going to be like, wow. I remember when I couldn't figure out how to get here. And now that I think about it, there is no way I would have ever figured out, because I didn't know about these things that happened afterwards. So I couldn't put them in my plan because I didn't even know they existed. They didn't exist yet. So that moment of clarity, that moment of like, wow, is going to build your confidence even more, which is going to take you into 2024 on another shift. I feel like whatever you are creating now, wherever your path is now, is the first stage to something much, much bigger. You're going to be very excited and happy with your progress and where you are. I just feel like it's going to take you to, there's something bigger, something you're not even aware of yet. And then you have Friday, finalize something and just let go. And I feel like for this one, it's that ex-person coming in, whether it's romance, friendship, whatever it is, whoever they are. That's going to give you the opportunity. Once you become aware of what they're here to show you, you will be able to detach from that emotional attachment. Not to say that this person won't be in your life ever again. That's not it. But that emotional attachment is unhealthy. So it's going to give you the opportunity to emotionally detach from this person. And you're going to continue to grow on a much, much faster and greater scale. So I'm going to see what your final cards are from your guides. So something you're pushing, something that you think you need a validation for, or maybe the way you're thinking how it should be is not working. It's not the idea. That's not right. It's the way you're trying to figure it out because you have not the right time. So maybe you think that with what you know right now, this is the best way to get to here. But you don't have all the information. There's a lot of unknown that's going to come in. And then you have the success card. So basically, just trust the whole process of how everything changes and shifts for you, even if it's scary. Work on the shadow. I would say do a lot of journaling. If you can walk barefoot and you don't have fire ants, walk barefoot. Use try different ways of meditating to help you feel centered, grounded, and connected to your intuition. And journaling is going to help with the overthinking because once it's out on paper, it's not stuck there. So you have a lot of heavy energy stuck in the mind. You need to put it out there. If it's emotions or overthinking, then find creative ways to take that energy and turn it into something else. Do something creative, something artsy, or something that you enjoy doing. That's going to help transmute that energy. But overall, it's an exciting time for you guys. So I hope that resonated with you. I almost forgot. Oh, see, I forgot to write down deck number, one's number. Okay, no big deal. So I hope that resonated with you guys. We're on to deck number 2. All the numbers stood out to me on the first card. And you have 29, which 9 and 2 would be 11. Which 11 is always the, it depends. Let me rephrase that. A lot of people call it the twin flame number. I call it being on the right path. Take it however it resonates with you. However 11 resonates with you, that's the perfect one for you. And the saying on this card is, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. So you're definitely going through a deep healing process. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's start with these chakras. You have third eye, throat, heart, and the root chakra. So for some, you may be healing physically. Maybe you've been sick. Maybe you're not, you're just not feeling well. You're just not feeling right. Our physical body responds to our thoughts. And it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So if you are stuck, and this is your head, your third eye, if you are stuck in a certain way of thinking, even if it doesn't even exist anymore, even if you're making shit up, your body has to respond to those thoughts. So if you're thinking a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of despair, your physical body is going to respond to that. And if you're suppressing, because now we're going to come to the heart chakra, if you're suppressing a lot of your emotions because you never, and none of us were ever taught how to express ourselves in healthy ways. Okay. It was always shut up, don't cry, don't do this, men shouldn't cry. It was always, there was always conditions to when you were allowed to feel and express your emotions. So we've all became very good at suppressing our emotions. So when you take your suppressed emotions, right? And then you add the crazy thinking, the overthinking, I should say, to it, you create condensed energy in your body. And the condensed energy is what literally makes us physically sick. So if you're not feeling well, it's because you have a lot of condensed energy stored in your body. And a lot of it has to do with not being able to express yourself and definitely not being able to express your emotions. Oh, thank you, Demi. Is that D-I? Oh, Demi? I don't know. So I feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster. So I almost feel like, and I'm not diagnosing anyone, and this is an expression more than a diagnosis, but like manic. When someone's bipolar, they're manic. I feel like this is what you feel. I feel like you feel like you're going crazy because you can't seem to get a grip on yourself, your emotions, your thoughts. Just know that right now you are healing. You're healing. Everything is coming up to surface so you can be aware of it, so you can acknowledge it and heal it. I don't know. I just feel like this is like a really deep time for deck number 2. And if you chose deck number 2, let me know if this resonates with you, because it just feels like then you have trapped in fear, solar plexus, movement, choices, decisions, accelerated motion, sacrifice, truth, and then the waiting game. So I'm going to put, okay, so the fear is disguised as many different things. Fear could mean, I don't want people to know I'm sad, or I'm afraid to be sad, or what if my sadness takes over and I'm never happy? That's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting, that whatever you are feeling, there's a part of you that is thinking about, overthinking, what if this is it? This isn't going to change. What if this doesn't change? This is my only option. And it's definitely not. So this card, the solar plexus, I feel this moon is giving you the courage to, I don't want to say snap out of it, because I don't like when people say snap out of it. You can't snap out of it. I mean, if it was that easy, duh, we would do it. But it's more of a shift. And I guess that's how you snap out of it. It's going to be a shift. There's going to be one little movement or action that you take, something very simple, that's going to change how you're thinking and seeing everything. And this is going to change how you feel when it comes to like hope. You're not losing hope. Don't feel like you feel hopeless, because deep down inside, you know that's not true. You just want to see the results. You just want to see the change. And the waiting game, and sacrifice. So this means you're holding on to something or someone. Yeah, it could be a relationship. You're holding on to something because it's the safest thing that you know right now in this mass confusion. And you're actually delaying everything you desire to come to you because of this, because this is safe. So your movement, choices, decision, that is where this shift is going to come in. So there's going to be this moment where everything shifts in your mind and you're going to recognize the hope, and then you're going to make a life-changing choice. And most likely it will be something you've known all along, is you're done sacrificing. You're done putting up with something that just pretends to be safe because it's comfortable. And it's not working. Which brings you to the truth. And things are going to move very, very quickly from that moment. From that moment is your epiphany moment. You have the coyote, revealer of truth. So don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And see, if you look at his face, you see how he's looking like back, like, huh. I don't know. That's the feeling that after all this, and when it changes is up to you. It can change at any moment. But you're going to look back and you're going to realize how strong this whole thing made you. This whole experience made you. You're very close to achieving your goal. A new start is coming. And what do you need to release? So you pretty much know that deep down inside. It's just scary. And that's understandable because all changes are scary. You have a lot of cards that came out. So the 3 signs that stood out on your deck is Capricorn, Scorpio, and Cancer. I feel like by the end of the year, your life is going to be very, very different. And you too are going to look back, just like deck number 1, and be amazed at how far you've come. I don't think you're realizing how far you've come because of where you're focusing your energy on or your thoughts on. But go back 10 years and remember the version of you from 10 years ago and look how far you've come. Go back to different experiences, whether it's friendships or just moments in your life that was significant, and how it changed you and brought you a new skill or taught you a new talent, or maybe perseverance, compassion, empathy. I feel you need to look at your successes because you're not acknowledging them. You're looking at what has yet to be achieved or what you haven't achieved, and that's where you're focusing on. So you're in this vibration of lack and scarcity, and the more you stay there, the lower your frequency is going to be, and the worse you're going to feel. Don't be afraid to express your emotions. And the best way to do it, I'm not saying like go out and yell at everybody, which, if that's what you need to do, then do it. But, try not to. I mean, I'm not going to encourage yelling at people, but it is what it is. But sit and Feel what you're feeling without, and I always say this, without judgment, without a story. For example, I feel bad that this person hurt me. So I made them feel like shit. And I feel guilty about it now. So what am I feeling? I'm feeling guilty. Why am I feeling guilty? Because they made me feel sad. Okay, so I was sad. I'm going to feel the sad, and now the story is going to come in. But they made you feel sad, which is justifying why you reacted the way you did. Stop there. Don't go down that road. Just feel, I'm sad. Okay, you're allowed. And just be with that. And it will transmute on its own. You feel guilt, feel the guilt. Don't justify it. Just allow it, and it'll transmute on its own. And when this started happening for me a couple of years ago, I was shocked how easy it was, because I was always like journaling and doing actual things that would help me heal, whether it was hypnosis or tapping, which those things absolutely work. But the most powerful tool was to just be with them and just allow yourself to feel it, because that's all it wants. It wants to be seen, which makes sense, because that is a part of you that is also craving to be seen. And if you keep suppressing it, it's going to keep nudging at you until you snap. So allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, and allow it to transmute, and then take that energy and turn it into supporting your dream, supporting your vision, supporting the life you want, the things that you want, whatever it is that you want, because you are the creator of your world. No one else. No one else. I don't care what anyone on the outside claims to have control over what you are capable of doing right here in your own mind. No one can create your world. You create it. And if you don't like what you've created, do over. All right, yeah, I don't like this. We don't know what we want until we recognize what we don't want. And I always share that story, that no matter, not story, just what I've seen with clients or anyone that I ask, well, if I had a magic wand and I can give you everything, anything besides money, because money is nothing. Money is a means to an end. What would you ask for? And almost everyone didn't even know. So you got to go to what you know you don't want. I don't know what kind of relationship I want, because it's infinite, but I'll tell you the kind of relationship I don't want. That you have clarity on, that you know what you don't want. Start there. And then just move forward into the exact opposite of what you don't want. And that's going to show you what you want. The next week or so, within the next 2 weeks, let's say the next 2 weeks, I feel like there's going to be either that's when your epiphany moment is, or maybe you make a really powerful choice. I feel like within the next 2 weeks, you're going to be in this like frequency of power. Something's going to happen in your thinking, and you're going to be in this frequency of like power and courage and confidence. And you're going to make either a choice or a move, take some kind of action, and it's going to be a very, very powerful time for you. Now let's see what okay. Look at the card that just came flying out. Be assertive. And if you look at her, she has a key. So to me, key is opportunity. It's success, which you did have the success card, right? There is some kind of success here. I know it's there somewhere. You have a peaceful resolution. I'm smiling because this is your outcome. So no matter what you're feeling right now, it's an intense time you're going through. There's no question about it. It's intense. But the same intensity of this crap is something amazing that's coming to you in the same intensity. So peaceful resolution, opportunity, and a year from now, you're going to be in a very, very different place. Tell me. Okay, so I asked when I was shuffling, what is the main message that you can focus on? Like, what can you focus on right now to get you on this path? And forgiveness came out. So that makes sense, because feeling your emotions, I believe forgiveness starts with forgiving ourselves for whatever. I mean, we don't even know how hard we are on ourselves for stuff that we don't even know about. We don't even know it's going on deep within our subconscious. So start with yourself, start with your emotions, and allow yourself to feel, and remind yourself that you're human. You're allowed to feel these things. It's okay. You didn't know what you know now. If you did, you would have made a different choice. And that's why it's really important for you to focus on your successes and achievements, to remind yourself that it's okay. You didn't get those successes and achievements unless you screwed up somewhere with something, right? So I hope that resonated with you. Deck number 2. Now I'm going to move on to deck number, did I miss it? No. Okay. Deck number 3. So your number is 45 or 9. To me, 9 is completion. So dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. So I feel like this has to do with a goal, not necessarily you sleeping. So let me see. Something old. Something has come to completion. You've completed some kind of karmic contract, something. Something has been completed. And there's a lot of clearing out going on when you sleep. And the clearing out that's going on when you're sleeping is bringing you inspiration in the daytime through like ideas. Maybe you're getting visions. Or you're just seeing things around you that inspire you. So I feel like you're coming out of an old cycle. You're coming into a new cycle. You have love, sacral chakra, and throat chakra. So we're going to start with the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is your emotions, sexual energy, and creativity. So it's kind of feeling like a lighter version of deck number 2. That's what this feels like. Then you have the heart chakra, love. This is you learning to open your heart to receiving, and not just receiving, but believing you deserve it. Because this is, I deserve, right? And of course, the opposite version of it is I don't deserve. So maybe your whole life brought you some kind of evidence on some level that when things are going good, you don't deserve it. So you wait for, the wrench to get thrown, or something bad to happen. But you've done a lot of healing and clearing. And now it's about opening yourself up to this new cycle. And don't be afraid to open yourself up to love. And when I say love, I don't necessarily mean just romantic relationships, but just any type of relationships. Just because you cleared out some old hurt and pain doesn't mean you're going to stay neutral. It means you have to open yourself up again and embark on a new journey. You can't play it safe. You don't grow when you're safe. The throat chakra. So this, I feel like this is a lot to do with childhood conditioning that you've healed. I want to make it like very important that you healed this. So your response to suppressing your voice, to not shining and being out there and the way you express yourself isn't from the conditioning anymore. It's from the pattern. Does that make sense? It's so hard to put that into words. Like we learn things in our family, like our parents passed down certain beliefs, behaviors, and patterns, right? So the belief part of it is usually what we heal. The pattern and behavior part of it is something that we need to be aware of and change. We can't really change the pattern completely until we address the belief. Otherwise, we'll just go right back to the same thing. Does that make sense? So this is telling me that you healed the belief part. You need to just be mindful of, yes, Judy, you're used to living that way. So you need to be mindful of the pattern, the behavior that you're repeating, because the belief isn't there anymore. It's just that it's what you always did. But back then, you actually believed that this was the truth. This was true to you, but it's no longer true to you. Now it's just out of like an autopilot, like, oh, this is just what I do. So I just feel like you're becoming mindful of the patterns and behaviors that were associated with old beliefs. And that is going to open you up to love, to new experiences with love. Okay, so you have temptation, moving on, third eye, destiny, and triumph, success. So for some of you, you may be moving soon. And for some of you, you may be moving away from I almost want to say like relationship, and that's going to be generalized, like relationship. You're moving away from someone that just doesn't vibe with you anymore, or maybe the belief supported what attracted you to this person, and now this belief changed, and now you're like, is that really what I want? Like, I don't know. I want these parts, but I'm not sure about these parts, and maybe I should just move on. So either you're actually moving or you're moving away from someone, like detaching from someone. Temptation. And this is the overthinking that's going on in your mind. And usually it's always, well, I have a lot of time invested in this. I know things will change. But you got to come to the realization that by you staying in this idea, waiting for, let's just use an example. You're waiting for someone to change, or to come into your life, like a specific person. And it hasn't happened. You're putting all your energy and focus into something that might not be the right thing for you. And maybe you've had a lot of time invested in this and you feel like, well, I have all this time invested in this relationship. Like it's supposed to evolve into something more, but that might not be the case. It was really to teach you how to heal from emotional trauma and open your heart. And by you, I don't want, when you detach from someone, it doesn't mean you're letting them go and you're never going to see them again and you're never going to have feelings for them. Don't confuse that. Attachment is unhealthy. Attachment is, I need this person in my life to make me whole and complete. And that's not healthy. When you detach from that, you are already whole and complete. So if that person or someone better comes into your life, they have no impact on how you feel about yourself because you're already whole and complete. I just want to share my life with this person. I don't need them to make me complete. Do you understand like the difference in the thinking? And I feel like that's where you are. You are definitely on the right path. So you have a lot of amazing ideas and inspirations and goals that you're moving. My right hand is itchy. And I don't know. I just had to share that because my right hand is itchy. You have a lot of ideas and goals going on. And I kind of feel like you're not taking the necessary action because you're focusing a lot of your energy on this. A lot of your energy is going on this rather than this. Now, don't make a person part of your destiny. Your destiny is your legacy. It's who you are. You don't need anyone in it to make it complete. You are complete already. So you don't need anything to make you complete. So focus your energy on your legacy. And don't worry about who may or may not come into your life and how they're going to affect it, because that's not a factor. I just feel like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, a lot of healing. You've completed something that was very, very old and karmic, and you're in this new cycle, but you're kind of bringing in this old behavior into the new cycle, and it's not resonating, which is why you might feel like you're stuck, that things aren't moving the way they should be. Like, and I know we all feel this way. I know we all feel like, but when, like all this work. And I almost want to say soon, because that's what my guides tell me, soon. And I don't like that, because soon means tomorrow, not like 10 years from now, but whatever. Don't worry about the timing of it. I'm going to share this, and I always share this. When I was in school, my teacher, one of my hypnosis teachers, we had to do something that was a level 1 or 2 to heal ourselves, and I had to do like a level 9, because I'm getting to the core and I'm going to nip this in the butt and get rid of it. And I physically got very sick, and I had to call my teacher because I couldn't stop throwing up. I'm like, I'm really sick. And she's like, you had to do a very intense level rather than like 1 or 2. This is why I said 1 or 2. I'm like, well, I want to nip it in the bud. She's like, you're missing the whole purpose. You're always looking at the destination. Like that's the goal. The journey is the destination. There is no destination. The path getting to what you think is the destination really is the destination. So keep that in mind where you are right now. Your journey is the destination. There is no destination. Yes, there's goals and dreams and purpose. There's that, but it's not a thing that you strive for. It's who you are. Does that make sense? You don't have to become anything or do anything. It's who you are that is the destiny. That is that outcome. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's very hard for me to explain shit. So your animal card is sea turtle, which is protection. And this card says you are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So, yeah, that kind of confirms that you have everything. Look at the bigger picture and work through your fears. Very interesting, right? So you did not get any astrology cards. You did get the number 3, 1, and 9, which goes back to your original card, which is completion. And number 9 says something comes to an end. So you are completing something. And I feel like within the next month, all of this, not the reading necessarily, but everything that you're experiencing is going to make sense. It's going to fall into place. You're going to understand the purpose of why all of this transpired, like the meaning behind it. You too are moving into a different place, a much bigger place than you expected. But it's more about opening your heart to receive. I feel like everything is there that you desire. It's just a matter of opening yourself to receiving it unconditionally. That's the key. Okay, so here's your angel messages. Let go. You're ready. Remain positive. And meditation brings answers. So, deck number 3. I hope that resonated with you. I really hope it made sense. I really do. Because I know it was a little hard for me to explain. Like, this moon's really like messing with me. But we're going to do the meditation now. I can't take how frizzy my hair has gotten, but who cares? So get comfy. Either use Bluetooth or put the phone on speaker. Now, my intention for this meditation, I will also be doing Reiki. I'm just going to write down the time. I'm also going to be doing Reiki. Now, this meditation, we are going to be on a beach. If you do not like a beach for whatever reason, then just envision your place, but have a body of water there. So if you're okay with the beach, then we're all going to the beach. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in and get relaxed, get yourself comfy, and let out a big sigh. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and count to 4. And hold it for 7. And release it, count to 8. I'm just taking a natural breath in and feel your chest rise. And as you exhale, feel your body relax and let go. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to look up to the top of your head. And this will help you get into a deeper state, a deeper trance. Now imagine a golden light within your heart space. Expand this light out and around your entire being. This is your protective bubble, keeping you safe and protected. And open yourself up to receiving Reiki and anything you need by giving permission to receive Reiki will be able to penetrate this protective bubble for your highest and greatest good. Now imagine that you're on a beach. And begin to walk towards the shore. And as you walk, you can feel the cool sand beneath your feet. You can feel your toes sinking into the sand with every step you take. Feel the gentle breeze coming off the ocean. Caress your skin. Smell the salt in the air. As you look above, you see the beautiful full moon radiating with healing love and light, shining upon you, lighting your way. Hear the sounds that are close by and just observe what you hear. Hear beyond, out in the distance. What do you hear? You can hear the waves gently crashing along the shore. The waves are in sync with your breathing in and out as you continue to walk along the shore, feeling your toes sink in with each step, and yet feeling so supportive, so nurtured. Now, you decide to stop and turn and look out into the ocean, and you can see the beautiful moon glistening on the very top of the ocean, reflecting its light, its healing light into the water. And you take a deep breath in, smelling the salt water. Perhaps you taste it on your lips or feel it on your skin. And you wonder, as you look out into the infinite ocean, effortless, it doesn't worry about where it's going or where it was. It just continues to flow, how it moves over the rocks, how it settles upon the shore before it moves back out into the infinite ocean. And you wonder how it would feel to be like water, the ebb and flow, non-resistance, just being water. And as the waves crash into the shore, you can feel the water beneath your feet. And as the waves pull away, you can feel your feet just slightly sink deeper into the sand. And just continue observing this feeling as the waves crash along the shore, caressing the tops of your feet. And as it pulls away, you feel your feet sinking just a little bit more into the sand. And you realize how healing water is. And wonder, how can this ocean heal you, release you from all that binds you? And the ocean responds by bringing you pure, loving energy from the moonlight into the soles of your feet. And you can feel the surge of healing love and light as this water caresses your feet. You can feel it rise up your legs, into your belly, up into your heart, your throat, and at the top of your head, where you notice the moonlight is shining so brightly. The moon is sending this energy down through your head and out through the soles of your feet, back into the ocean as it pulls back into the infinite. And you feel another wave come in, bringing you pure, loving, healing energy. And as the wave moves back, it allows you to release and let go of what no longer serves you, so it can be cleared and transmuted. And just allow the waves to fill you with energy and release what you're willing and ready to let go of, just through intention. And each wave, you can feel more and more confident, more secure in who you are. As your feet sink deeper into the sand, you feel supported and nourished. Feeling the unconditional love of all that surrounds you, with the earth, the air, and the water. feeling whole and complete. And now the ocean is asking, what is your greatest desire? What is it that you want to bring into your life right now? And gently whisper it out into the ocean. And as the next wave comes in, you can feel this surge of energy pooling into your heart space, opening and expanding your heart, open to receiving all the blessings that are coming your way. And as the light from the moon above flows down, it also amplifies this heart energy. And you can feel your body tingle as if you were glowing, just like the moon, shining bright. Take in another deep breath in as the wave feeds you some more healing energy. And as you exhale, allow the wave to take what no longer serves you so it can be cleared and transmuted. Now imagine the moon's light creating a barrier around your physical body, a barrier of protection and light, protecting your etheric, mental, emotional, and physical body, sealing it with love and strength, protecting it from any outside sources. Only you can choose what to allow within this space. Thank the ocean, the moon, and everything surrounding you for contributing to your healing. Each breath you become more and more aware of your physical space. Each breath you're feeling more and more confident and secure in who you are. Each breath you are ready to shine brighter than you ever have shined before. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, guys. So, how are you guys feeling? Did you feel like you were really on the beach? I really love doing that meditation. That is my easy healing meditation. I always if I need to do a quick healing or I need to let go, I love doing that meditation. Awesome. Oh, cool. Yes. Awesome. I am so glad, guys. So you feel like you released stuff. You feel like you brought in. You feel like you're ready to shine. And that's, my friends, we just harnessed the energy of the Leo full moon tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed this circle. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for all your love and support. I love you guys. Have an amazing night. Enjoy the full moon. And I will see you very, very soon. Good night, guys.